Well, good morning and welcome back to the final fabulous segment here on CityLine. I was just saying to our guests, where does the hour go? Speaking of our guests, we have two fabulous individuals who are here to talk about the volunteer income tax assistance program. So please join me in welcoming back a very familiar face. We love her very much. And I'm talking about Miss Amy Allison. Hello there, my dear. I'm great. You are the Director of Community Mobilization.
Yes.
I love that phrase, community mobilization. It's like, community, get over here. It's perfect.
Exactly.
You brought with you somebody who is new to CityLine and has been with Associated Ministries for 6 months. Mary Herman, hello.
Hi, nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. You are the Program Outreach Coordinator. What a great job you have. Because as far as I'm concerned, Associated Ministries is tops in my book because they're everywhere. They are there knitting people together, finding solutions, healing hearts. They pretty much do it all. So Amy, let's talk about we're going to call it Vita, which stands for Volunteer Income Tax Association. So Vita, assistance. So what is the Vita program?
So it's actually a nationwide program. It's been around for more than 50 years.
Wow.
About 13 here in Pierce County.
Okay.
And what we do is we provide free income tax preparation services to low to moderate income households. So those are folks with incomes below $56,000, as well as seniors. So working families and seniors are the primary focus of the program.
I love that. So where does this free tax help happen?
So we have, there are 75 different free tax sites here in Western Washington, 25 right here in Pierce County, and 7 of them here in the city of Tacoma.
Wow. Okay. So Mary, Amy mentioned kind of who qualifies or what qualifies, but who does Vita help really?
Yeah, primarily the Volunteer Income Tax Assistance Program supports modest and low-income households as well as seniors. And as Amy mentioned, it's usually folks who have a household income of $56,000 or below. So those are what our different sites address. Yeah.
Okay, so that's the number, 56 and below.
Yeah.
So Mary, how are you able to offer this program for free?
Yeah, we rely heavily on volunteers. That's a huge part of what I do is the volunteer outreach for the Vita program. And our volunteers come as college students, retirees, folks in the community who just want to help out. And it's pretty much an almost all volunteer-run program, so we could not do it without them.
So offhand, can you give me like just a rounded up number of the number of volunteers you have for this, Mary?
Yeah, this year we have about, I want to say 175 volunteers right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
How many of them are people who have been with you?
Ooh, that I don't know exactly. I would guess probably around maybe like 10 to 20% or so.
Yeah, around there. And the rest are all brand new.
I would, yeah.
That is so impressive because time is of the essence, and it's the greatest gift that you can give somebody is your time. And this world is so busy for someone to say, I have this gift of taxes and I'm willing to give it. And not only that, but I don't know of anybody, quite honestly, who enjoys having their taxes done. And it kind of fills you with that feeling of, oh, it's tax time again. So to have somebody who's willing to sit with somebody in maybe some of the most uncomfortable circumstances we can think of, boy, that is something else. I love that. Yeah. So Amy, other than being free, how does this help the community? Because we all have to get our taxes done, but what else does it do for us?
Well, besides being free, it
which
also
is
saves people
huge.
money, right? That's huge.
Yeah.
I mean, the average household spent nearly $300 on tax preparation last year. So that is money that people saved. So not only free, but they are also saving quite a bit. In terms of getting their taxes done for free. And a lot of our community partners that we work with are also nonprofits who offer other services, so we're able to help connect people to those services as well.
Oh, so give us an example of that.
Okay, so some of our tax sites are going to have financial counselors available.
Okay.
So people will be able to maybe pull their credit report while they're waiting to get the taxes done and talk it over with a credit counselor. We have some sites that offer things like housing or employment services. We're also participating this year in a program called Save Your Refund, which is a nationwide program. The AARP Foundation and another Commonwealth of Dreams are offering this, and basically it's like a drawing, a prize drawing thing. So if you save at least $50 of your refund, you can enter the contest, and they're giving away $100 prizes every week of the tax season, and at the end of the tax season, 2 $10,000 grand prizes.
Wow.
So, and you can't lose, because even if you save it and don't win the prize, you
still
save money. Right. Yeah.
Exactly. So I love what you have just said, because I am envisioning somebody walking up to one of these sites, and let's go to perhaps maybe the worst case scenario I can think of. Haven't done their taxes for years. Or maybe there's somebody who is young and doesn't have a whole lot of work history and maybe didn't know they had to do their taxes. Mm-hmm. That feeling I mentioned of dread will keep you away from doing your taxes. And that is not financially healthy, is it?
No, and we can do, at our tax sites, we can do back taxes up to 3 years back. Okay. And if you are owed a refund for those prior years, you can actually get that refund for up to 3 years back as well.
I love that.
Yeah, and so that's really nice when you're able to help somebody and they've been dreading it, and all of a sudden they find out that they're getting thousands back because they have, that was owed to them. So it's a really good feeling.
So Mary, these volunteers, how do you know that these volunteers can do the job?
Yeah, well, we work with quite a few volunteers who are actually accounting students in college or professionals in the field. And all of our volunteers, regardless of their background, go through pretty rigorous training and certification. We spend most of the month of December kind of disseminating information to our volunteers about online trainings that they should, familiarize themselves with. And then the whole month of January, Amy spends every Saturday training all of our volunteers in every kind of tax law that they need to know. And then they take a certification test that the IRS puts out every year to qualify to be a volunteer. So everybody's certified and they're all familiar with tax law, and we have in Washington State actually like a 98% accuracy rate.
Wow.
So we're pretty proud of our volunteers for how well they do on that.
Okay, I'm in.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Wow, that is a lot of hoops, and also a lot of safekeeping that you do with these individuals, because your taxes are a big thing. In terms of financing a house, in terms of public assistance, all of that, it needs to be done so accurately, and it sounds like you have the right people behind those desks. Mary, how can someone find a Vita site?
Sure. The best place for them to go is to call 211, and they can locate a tax site near them. And if somebody wanted to do their taxes on their own, United Way actually has a tax program called My Free Taxes that is free for folks who want to do their own taxes.
That would not be me. I'm the one that's like, here's my stuff, please do it.
Yeah.
So thank goodness for you guys. Amy, if we haven't had enough benefits yet, explain to us about Vita. What are we missing here?
Well, as I mentioned before, I said a lot of our partners are nonprofits in the community. So Associated Ministries works closely with Sound Outreach, Goodwill, and AARP Tax Aid to actually put this program on. And so all of us offer a whole range of services that we can also offer to our taxpayers who come to see us. Plus, all of our program partners are generally community organizations in the community. So we work with the libraries, we work with places such as Tacoma Housing Authority. All of these organizations allow us to host our tax sites free of charge in their buildings. Nice. And so again, we're able to connect people to a lot of these resources that our partners offer.
Kind of a one-stop shop.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, so what should they bring with them?
So, well, most important, please bring your Social Security cards. We have to protect against identity theft, and that is the best way. You can't come in and say, well, I know my number. You have to have a card, and that not just for yourself, and your spouse, but also for your children, any dependents you have on the return.
Not a screenshot, a physical card.
We can take screenshots.
Can you take? Okay, you can do screenshots. All right.
But it does need to be an actual card or a document from Social Security, such as a Social Security statement.
Okay.
We can't take your word for it, because we do have to protect against identity theft. Then whatever income documents you have, also expenses that you want to claim deductions for. So childcare expenses, if you're trying to deduct your home mortgage interest or college expenses or self-employment expenses. So any documentation for those expenses. This year, they no longer have to, most people don't have to report on their health insurance anymore. That's been a change in the tax law. But if you did purchase a private policy that is not through an employer or a government program, and you received the 1095A, we do still need to report that on the tax return. So that's people who purchased a private policy through either Washington Health Plan Finder or healthcare.gov.
Okay. Wow. You have given us some really great things to keep in mind. And of course, we've been showing the website below the whole time. Thank you, both of you, for being here today, for spreading the good news, for making something that's equivalent to going to the financial dentist easier and more welcoming for all of us. And I want to have you back on the couch very soon.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, that wraps up another great segment of CityLine. It's always a pleasure and a privilege to be in your home. We've given you a lot of great things to think about in this last hour, so please go out there, pay it forward, be a part of the tapestry, and when you come back, we'll be waiting for you right here at CityLine. Take care.
Tacoma, that's my home, yeah, Tacoma, that's my home. Tacoma, that's my home, place I call my own. Tacoma, that's my home, yeah, Tacoma, that's my home. Oh, you're from Seattle, oh, you're from LA, oh, you're from Chicago, but Tacoma's where you'll stay. Oh, you're from Seattle, Chicago, but Tacoma's where you'll stay, yeah. Tacoma, that's my home, from the fires to the loam. Tacoma, that's my home, yeah. Tacoma, that's my home. Tacoma, that's my home, place I call my own. Tacoma, that's my home, yeah. Tacoma, that's my home. Oh, you're from the easy. Where you'll stay. Oh, you're from the easy. Oh, you're from Green Bay. Oh, you're from Atlanta, but Tacoma's where you'll stay. Yeah, Tacoma, that's my home. From the